What's up, guys? Welcome back. So pretty much it's a following video now of refinishing this carbon fiber hood. As you guys seen in the last video, pretty much I kind of messed it up, but I think I'm able to save it. So I will find out right now. Basically I just got my ass in the garage today and started doing things that I just needed to get done. So the goal for today is actually to finish this carbon fiber hood once and for all, and that way hopefully it turns out good. And if it doesn't turn out good, then I'm just gonna go ahead and stop, and then I'll go ahead and re-sand it again and re-clear it again now that I know what mistake I made. So right now I am gonna go ahead and try to buff it out now. I kind of already sanded down, wet sanded it. I went from 600 to 800 to also another 1000 grit. So now it's gonna be time to polish it out. I'm gonna go ahead and do it with the 1000 grit and see how it turns out. Hopefully it turns out good. It did remove a lot of those water spots and you can barely tell that they are there. So this right here is where the water was at, and there's little dimples in it and stuff like that, but I think it should be okay still. I managed to pretty much get a lot of the ones that where water hit on it. As you can tell, the rest of the hood came out pretty smooth. I didn't sand the edges right here just because I do not want to burn into it. So I am trying to leave all that here, just like here. Unfortunately I had to do it to the other side because that's the only way I can get rid of the water damage that happened to it. But as you can tell, it is pretty much smooth except for these little stuff here and there. But all that, once the hood is polished, I'm pretty sure that it should look amazing. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now, I'm just gonna go ahead and shut up. I don't want to drag the video along because I want to try to get this done as soon as possible. And one thing, I don't even know how to polish, so I'm really hoping this comes out good. Well guys, things did not go as planned. Unfortunately, the process of polishing out this hood is not easy. I was winging it. I didn't know what I was doing. But if any of you guys do this for a living and know what to do, please let me know your guys' steps, what pads, what compound you guys use, and what steps to go through. Because that's something I really want to try to learn. Being truthful with you guys, I really want to learn. So I thought when it's time to get the car ready to polish and everything else, I want to be able to tackle that also and be able to fix it for shows and clean it up. So the hood didn't go as planned. What I ended up doing honestly was just sanding the hood back down. It is sanded down with 800 grit again, and I've already tackled it with the wax and grease remover. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits on the hood, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it inside the house because I really need to take my daughter to dance class today. So I'm gonna be there for a couple of hours, and then hopefully if we get back in time and there's still enough time in the day, we can pick back up in here and we can start on the all-wheel drive setup, because I still need to remove the gas tank and start removing all of the rear suspension components, so that way we can get the S1 kit back on. I am going to be running the S1 kit right now the way it is, raw, just for the fun of it and see how it looks. If I like the way it looks, then we're going to go ahead and leave it, and if I want to powder coat it, then it's not going to be a biggie. At least that way the whole all-wheel drive setup will be installed, at least majority of it, because I'm still missing some suspension components such as the camber kit. I already have the PCI tow arms. I already have with the barrier, the trailing arm bushings that come with the S1 kit, and then I have skunk to LCAs for it, so that's already on the car. So if we can get pretty much a lot of the stuff mounted, I'm just going to be utilizing the stock camber kits for now until I can order the PCI ones, which I'm actually going to see if I can order today. So let's see how far we can get along in this video of getting the all-wheel drive setup put on to the EK Sedan, guys. Alright guys, so we're back now. I went and got a haircut at the same time, so that way I wouldn't look like a goddamn homeless person. But yeah, so car is now all the way on jack stands. So now we're gonna go ahead and try to start taking off all of the old components so we can start doing the all-wheel drive conversion. I still gotta remove the gas tank, still gotta drain it out actually. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and start removing trailing arms, everything that I possibly can, and then we'll go ahead and leave the fuel tank for tomorrow, because tomorrow I actually got to go buy another pump. I thought we had one here, but it doesn't work. My wife tried using it this weekend and it took a crap for the transfer pump, so from Harbor Freight. So we're gonna go ahead and at least try to get the LCAs, rear trailing arms, e-brake cables, all of that off of the car, and that way we can start prepping it for removing the gas tank tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Rear trailing arm is out on the passenger side. As you guys can see now, it's out. So now I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the other side real quick, and that way we can have both sides done, at least for today, and start mocking up the S1 kit. So let me go ahead and remove this one now. So I'm like Dana, I'm not gonna get bit by a spider, so time to clear house. I'm scared of spiders. Very scared. And just like that, after the eviction of the spiders, rear trailing arms are out. And I gotta say, these trailing arm bushings and everything on here, the bolts and everything, were really in really good shape. So that goes for both sides. So I thought I was gonna have to replace the rotors and all that, but I'm not gonna have to. It looks like we're in golden shape. The cables look really good. So we're gonna go ahead and start putting on the S1 kit. I gotta remove the bottom fork or the strut tower, or the strut, I mean not the tower, but the strut, rear shock itself, and that way we can put the S1 cups for the axles to go through. So let me go ahead and pull out the S1 kit, and that way we can start mucking up at least the trailing arms. Alright guys, so we may have a hiccup here. I'm not sure if I put the right ones in there, but these are for supposed to be for GS, for Godspeed, I believe it is. And so that's what I have here. These are Godspeed Monomax. So I'm gonna hit up Son from S1 and see what he says. If not, I'm just gonna see if I can buy the collars from him or figure it out how to get it to him and swap them out. But for right now, we're gonna have to rock the old one for now until we can figure out this, until I get an answer. So let me see what I can do. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and start continuing putting on the tires so that we can make it as a roller, because I thought I can do the other side at least, and then tomorrow we'll probably do the other side. But you know what, actually I take that back. I'm not going to do no tires on it. It's going to be on jack stands tonight, because I thought I had to close it because of the garage, but we're good. So let me go ahead and contact Son real quick, and yeah. All right guys, it's the following day, and I got a contact with Son, and he told me that I ordered the wrong ones. So the ones that I ordered were for the Godspeed, but I didn't buy the ones for the Max. So we are going to be replacing these. He's actually going to be coming down this weekend, or this following weekend. I believe it's either Sunday or Monday. He said he should be in my area because his brother actually lives here by Lake Elsinore, I believe. So I'm going to wait for him to show up, and then we're going to go ahead and swap the cups out so that I can mount them and get everything situated with when it comes down to the suspension components. So right now we still got to pretty much just keep the momentum going. I still got to remove the gas tank, so I'm gonna get out here right now. I'm gonna see if I can drop all the lines and basically remove all the fuel cell, the fuel tank, all the lines, because either way we are gonna be putting AN lines from a new fuel cell all the way forward. So let's go ahead and just keep it going and remove the gas tank. Alright guys, so I thought I ended up pushing record, but I did not. I ended up removing these plastic covers. These are plastic covers that cover all of this whole section, all the lines, and that way you can get to these screws here. But I also just noticed, actually looking closer into this, when I removed the tank, basically I just seen that it only has one strap holding the damn tank in the whole time. So the previous owner skimped out and didn't put another line, or didn't put the other strap on there. So what I need to do so far, again still, is actually remove all of the lines that you see going in that tunnel right there. So I am going to be putting all AN lines all the way to the back, along with brand new brake lines. So we're going to be running steel braided lines from the back and all the way to the front to the proportioning valve, because we are going to put the proportioning valve inside of the cab now, and then I am going to be redoing the ones in the engine bay just to make it look cleaner, so that way we avoid any sort of heat coming out from the header or from the exhaust manifold or turbo manifold, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to get rid of a lot of stuff down here, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove these lines, and then we'll get to removing the gas tank. Alright guys, so pretty much all the fuel system is out already. I'm gonna keep this section here. I might keep the sending unit and the fuel pump and all that stuff. I'm not sure yet, because I don't think the fuel pump will probably be working anymore, since the car really sat for almost 2.5 years. So I did pretty much pull everything off. So hopefully we can get the rear differential installed. It's just gonna be mocked up, so we can make sure where we need a cut, where we need a weld, and also finish up everything else. I'm not sure how far along I'm gonna get in this video, but if I can at least cut it to get the rear setup on for the S1 kit, at least we can do that. And then on the next video we can pretty much weld everything up and make sure everything is set in stone, and that way we don't mess anything else up. So yeah, let's just go ahead and continue, see what we can get done on the all-wheel drive setup, guys. All right guys, so pretty much now we got to get this up here, but I know it's not going to clear because of the ears here, so it's probably going to hit here. So I'm just trying to get a good rough estimate of where I'm going to have to cut. So pretty much it marked it right here. So right here is where it cut. Well, I'm gonna have to cut it at. So I'm gonna have to go probably all the way up, go around, but I'm probably gonna have to just cut more than this. I don't want to cut too much, so I'm probably gonna leave about 1/4 of an inch of here on each side, so that way we can plate it, because it's all gonna have to get plated again. So we're gonna go ahead and continue. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to run to Home Depot and get a cutting disc. So we'll pick up when I get back. Alright guys, so pretty much opening is now cut. Yes, I did wear safety glasses. I realized that shit after I did put them on, so just heads up. But yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna need some metal to cap that off. I didn't take that in consideration, so I need to go get some of that 2-inch at least, so we can cap that off after. But pretty much let's just continue. Let's go ahead and mount that S1 frame, subframe in the rear, and then that way we can get it going. So it looks like I'm gonna have to cut here. I was thinking I wasn't gonna have to, but I'm gonna have to cut it. I'm not sure about all this, but as far as all this. So let me go ahead and try to cut it and see, hopefully we don't burn anything, so we can redo it again. Alright guys, I'm still alive. It's been a while. It's just not easy. So after cutting, and it's probably just because I am running the RTI, the N-Track one, so I've had to cut a lot of it out. So yeah, so I'm just gonna keep pushing forward. That's one thing I can continue doing. As you can see, that pretty much needs to come off the rest of this way. Other than that, I'm gonna have to reinforce it somehow, some way, because the whole top subframe has to be cut out because of the N-Track. So we're just gonna see what we can do, and hopefully it'll all work out to my benefit. So the struggle is real, guys. N-Track is not easy to put in, at least on the EK. Alright guys, so pretty much the all-wheel drive setup is on right now. It's not fully installed, but it is at least 80% there. So as you guys can see, we are going to be running a N-Track diff. This is from the JDM Beagle, so this is the same thing Brandon We Have Shit Up runs. So this is what we are going to be running. Unfortunately, there's going to be some modifications needed to this because that is an N-Track diff. It's not the same as a regular wagon one. So I have to do some welding on top of the rear subframe for this piece here, so that way we can fully box it in. So for right now, it's hanging. As you guys can see, it's fully mounted and everything. I am going to have to figure out how to reinforce it. After speaking with Brandon also on FaceTime, he was telling me that I need to do something else. Let me go ahead and show you guys. So in the trunk area, I am going to have to come back more, and I'm going to have to cut this so that we have more leverage on it. Technically, I wasn't supposed to cut so high as I did, but I'm just gonna go ahead and box that in from up there. Once I remove that sound deadening, I'll go ahead and remove all that, grind it out, and then that way I'll box it in. Also, from here, I'm gonna have to put some flat stock on top, kind of bend it up a little bit to get a kind of like reinforce it, and then box it back in again and tie it in somehow so that way the sides don't crumble. So this is the way I'm gonna have to do it. Same thing Brandon told me is I'm gonna have to cut back here more into it and cut around. So I'm gonna go ahead and tackle that later on. I think this is pretty much gonna be the end of the video. Well guys, that is gonna wrap it up for the video. As you guys seen, all-wheel drive setup is fully mocked in. After talking with Brandon, he told me that there's some stuff I still need to do to it, so I'm gonna have to run to the store, grab some flat stock 2 inches wide, so that way we can box it in and get it fully welded and make sure that everything is structurally sound. Once that is done, then we're gonna have to shave a little bit more, re-weld, and that way we make sure the diff is fully clearanced of the reinforcement. So again, we are running an in-track diff. This one will allows you to go from front wheel drive to all-wheel drive. So I'm really stoked to see how this is going to work. Brandon is going to be working on something also regarding the mechanism to make it work to 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive. So I'm really stoked to see what he does with that in the future. But yeah, for right now, this is going to wrap it up for the all-wheel drive setup. As you guys already seen, it's all mocked in and pretty much almost ready to rock and roll. So hopefully here on the next video, we fully weld that up, get it fully situated, and that way it's out of the way after I end up meeting with Sean from S1 Built this weekend to get the cups for the suspension. So once we get that in, we can do everything. We can pretty much mock up the axles that still need to be installed, so that way it will be basically a true all-wheel drive, except missing the drive shaft and now missing the whole swap for right now. But on the next video, I really want to try to work into getting the interior put in, but I want to paint the interior. Some people may say don't do that because of overspray and so on and so forth, but I think we'll be good if we tape it off with, you know, paper and or bags or whatever it is, and we get it fully sealed. I think we should be okay. So main reason is because I need to clear my room in my house because of potential visitors that come and spend the night. So I don't want to have a cluster in there. I want to be able to give them a place to stay and sleep and be comfortable. So again, hopefully on the next video, guys, we get started on the interior, and then also I really want to try to get started on the engine bay. So once the engine bay is ready, then we can spray that and get that done and out of the way, and all our concentration now can go to the outside of the car. So also, one last thing I wanted to get to you guys, and I want to hear your guys' genuine opinion, is that you guys already know that the sunroof on this is an aftermarket one. It's not an original one. And I've been looking on the internet, scavenging places to see what I can find, and I came across a carbon fiber roof plug. Do you guys feel that I should go with a carbon fiber roof plug, or do you guys think that just leave the sunroof and it would be better? I'm kind of really digging the carbon fiber just because I kind of want to get away from the sunroof because of the issues that are already there. And again, it is an aftermarket one and it's not an OEM one. So we'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Should I go with the carbon fiber and just rock it like that? But if we go that way, I gotta find somebody to help me put that on. But again, guys, if you guys are stoked for more content and finally making this car all-wheel drive, hit the subscribe button, comment what your guys' favorite part is so far, and please give a like. But with that being said, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Till next time.